Hi there! You're invited to listen to an exclusive excerpt from the next episode that I'll be publishing on Sunday. My next guest is absolutely fascinating, and this is just a teaser of what you can expect from our discussion. Enjoy listening, and I'll see you on Sunday for the full episode.
Welcome to Finscale, a podcast created by Solène Niederkorn, shedding light on innovation in finance, banking, and insurance.
Can diversity give rise to more unicorns? Johan Brenner, General Partner at Creandum.
If we're going to be the best VC in the world or in Europe and provide the best returns for our LPs, which is the ultimate goal, we're going to miss out of half the opportunities if we're not focusing on diversity. And we won't be competitive down the line and provide the best returns to our LPs if we not do that. So it was actually driven very much by common sense. We're not doing enough in this area. We need to be able to, we want to be a long-term player. We want to have the returns that our LPs expect from us. And therefore, we have to focus on diversity.
I'm sure you know by now how much I enjoy interviewing the VC community. They are incredibly nimble and have a strong entrepreneurial spirit that sets them apart. For this episode, I had the unique pleasure of chatting with Johan, who is one of Europe's most renowned names in venture capital investment. Johan has achieved incredible success in the world of venture capital and entrepreneurship, and now is here to tell us about all his journey with Creandum. As diversity is a top priority for me and my podcast, I had to discuss this with Johan. We delve into the lofty diversity goals that his venture capital firm has set, particularly in relation to women and their teams and investments. Johan tells us about the implementation of their diversity index, offers a wealth of relevant data, and provides us with tangible results to date. When we hear that almost 25% of the companies Creandum invests in now have at least 50% female co-founders or a female CEO, it encourages such initiative since gender equality leads to better returns. We couldn't pass up these VC's flagship investments in fintech such as Swan and Trade Republic. Out of the 120 companies that Creandum supports, it's no surprise that several have become unicorns. We discuss their unique selling proposition as well as the positioning of the manager in the European ecosystem. Enjoy listening! Hi, everybody. Hi, Johan.
Hi, Solène. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you very much for joining Finscale. Johan, you're managing partner at Creandum, and you're one of Europe's most experienced venture capital investor. Can I ask you to share a bit of your professional past and explain us where you come from?
Yeah, great. Well, nice to be here, Solène. I've enjoyed your podcast, and I'm honored that I can be part of this one as well. So great. Well, I'm Johan Brenner. I'm a general partner, one of 5 general partners at Creandum. I'm based in Stockholm, but we have pan-European offices. We'll talk about that later. I've been with Creandum for more than 10 years, but I actually started my career as one did at that time in the 80s in a large company called ABB. And I spent 10 years with ABB and Kinnevik learning, how enterprises work. And I soon understood that I'm not going to be a big company executive. I'd rather start my own company. So after 10 years there, I became an entrepreneur. And my first startup was one of the first online investing platform that I eventually sold to E-Trade in the US. But I did a lot of angel investing and stuff like that as well. I was chairman of Jobline, which was one of the first job boards that we sold to Monster in the US, investor in Tradera that became the eBay of the Nordics, and some of the early sort of payment platform, one called Dibs, which was a payment service provider. So at the early stage, I sort of dipped my toes into fintech, in those areas that was sort of early internet, either to help you pay online with, e-commerce starting, or investing online, which was kind of natural. Why should you call your broker if you can just invest yourself online? So that was like some years of entrepreneurship around the sort of millennium shift. And then I was recruited to Benchmark Europe, which was a sister fund of benchmark in the US that started 2000. So I started that 2004, and then eventually it changed name and separated from the US partnership to Balderton Capital. Remained with them as a general partner for 5 years, and then I joined Creandum as I'm here today. So basically, 10 years of sort of operating in big companies. Knew I didn't want to become a big company executive. Started my own company, became an investor, and I've been investing for the past 20 years professionally at VCs.
Impressive. Thank you very much, Johan. So I wanted to start with this because I find it very, very interesting. And no matter how you slice it, diverse teams really outperform homogeneous teams. And the number back this up. And teams that are diverse by gender and ethnicity generate 30% higher multiples compared to homogeneous teams. And at Creandum, you took very strong commitments around diversity. Would be interesting to start with that and that you explain to us, except for obvious reasons of governance and diversity, which position did you take and why did you take those strong positions at Creandum?
Well, so then first of all, it's generally known that diverse team perform better. So, we just looked at ourselves and said, if we're going to be the best VC in the world or in Europe and provide the best returns for our LPs, which is the ultimate goal, we're going to miss out of half the opportunities if we're not focusing on diversity. And we won't be competitive down the line and provide the best returns to our LPs if we not do that. So it was actually driven very much by common sense. We're not doing enough in this area. We need to be able to, we want to be a long-term player. We want to have the returns that our LPs expect from us. And therefore, we have to focus on diversity. And when you focus on diversity, you have to do a lot of stuff. It takes time, and it's not an easy path. We have to look at ourselves as a firm. What are we doing in this area? We have to look at what our portfolio companies are doing, and we have to be an active voice in this area outside. So that's what we've been trying to do.
Now that you've heard an excerpt from the upcoming episode on Sunday, make sure you stay tuned and connected so you don't miss a beat.